Some boats don't look dangerous at all. In fact, most of them look completely normal. Calm water, clear sky, nothing feels wrong. And that's exactly the problem, because the most dangerous boats are not the ones that look extreme, they're the ones people trust. Most accidents don't happen in storms or extreme conditions. They happen on normal days, in places that feel safe, on boats that seem perfectly fine. And that's what makes them dangerous, because when nothing feels wrong, you stop paying attention. You relax, you move more freely, you stop thinking about risk. And that's when small mistakes start to stack up. At first, nothing happens, and that gives a false sense of safety. But the moment something changes, even slightly, the situation can shift instantly, and by the time you realize it, it's already too late to react. So, what actually makes a boat dangerous? It's rarely just one thing. It's usually a combination of small factors like design, speed, balance, weight, conditions, and decisions. Each of these on its own feels harmless, something you don't even think about. But together, they create a chain reaction. A slightly unstable boat, a bit too much speed, a little extra weight, a small wave at the wrong time. None of these seem serious individually, but combined, they create a situation that can spiral out of control very quickly. And the biggest problem is that most people don't notice this buildup. It doesn't feel dangerous in the moment. It feels normal until suddenly it isn't. Let's start with something that looks completely harmless. A small fishing boat. Flat bottom, lightweight, simple design, easy to use. You see them everywhere. Lakes, rivers, calm water, people standing, fishing, moving around like it's nothing. And because of that, people assume they're safe, but these boats are incredibly unstable. They don't cut through the water. They sit on top of it, which means every small movement directly affects balance. Stand up too fast and the boat shifts. Lean to one side and it tilts. Even turning your body changes the weight distribution. At first, it feels manageable. The boat moves a little, but nothing happens, so people stop paying attention. They stand more confidently, move more casually, maybe even shift their position without thinking. But the margin for error is very small. A slightly bigger wave, a sudden movement, or two people shifting at the same time can push the boat past its balance point, and once that happens, it happens fast. Small boats don't slowly tip, they snap into it. 1 second everything feels fine, the next second the boat is already going over, and there's almost no time to react or correct it. Now, go to the opposite extreme. Speed, because speed completely changes how water behaves. At low speeds, water feels soft and forgiving. The boat moves smoothly and you feel fully in control. But as speed increases, water stops behaving like a soft surface and starts acting like resistance. At high speeds, it feels almost solid, like hitting something hard. High-performance boats are designed to move fast, but the faster you go, the less stable everything becomes. You have less contact with the water, less time to react, and less ability to correct mistakes. A small wave becomes a ramp. The boat lifts into the air, and for a brief moment, you lose all stability. When it comes back down, the impact is hard and unpredictable. If the angle is slightly off, the boat can bounce sideways, lose direction, or start sliding across the surface. At those speeds, even a small loss of control is enough to create a serious situation. And what makes it worse is that it often happens when everything feels perfect. No visible danger, calm weather, open space, just speed and confidence, which makes people push even further until something goes wrong. Sometimes the danger isn't in how the boat is used, but in how it was built. Bad design creates problems that aren't obvious at first. A boat might look modern, stylish, or unique, but the way its weight is distributed or how its hull is shaped can make it unstable. The center of gravity might be too high, making it easier to tip. The hull might not handle waves properly, causing it to react unpredictably. A well-designed boat absorbs movement and stabilizes itself, but a poorly designed one amplifies every motion. Small shifts become larger, and larger shifts quickly turn into something uncontrollable. What makes this especially dangerous is that it doesn't always show immediately. The boat might feel completely fine in calm conditions, giving a false sense of security, but as soon as conditions change or stress increases, those hidden flaws start to appear, and when they do, they escalate quickly. Another major factor is using a boat in the wrong environment. A boat that works perfectly on a calm lake can become extremely unstable in the ocean. Lakes are predictable, with small waves and minimal wind, but the ocean is constantly changing. Waves come from different directions, wind shifts unpredictably, and the surface is always moving. A boat that felt stable before starts to bounce, tilt, and lose balance. Each wave hits differently, making it harder to adjust or predict what will happen next. Over time, control becomes more difficult, steering becomes less precise, and the situation becomes more stressful. The boat doesn't fail instantly. It gradually becomes harder to manage until it reaches a point where it no longer responds properly. And by that time, the situation is already dangerous, and options to recover are very limited. But even with all of this, design, speed, and environment, none of these are the biggest danger. The real danger is people. People ignore limits, overload boats, and assume everything will be fine because nothing has gone wrong before. That confidence leads to risky behavior. Too many people on board, too much weight, uneven distribution, all of it reduces stability. The boat sits lower in the water, closer to the point where it can't recover from imbalance. At first, everything still works, which reinforces the idea that it's safe, but the margin for error is gone. Now every small movement matters. Someone stands up, someone shifts position, a wave hits at the same moment, and suddenly the balance breaks. Once that happens, it turns into a chain reaction. People panic, they move unpredictably, trying to stabilize themselves, but those movements make the situation worse. The boat tilts further, water starts coming in, and within seconds, everything is out of control. And in those moments, there's almost no time to think, only to react. And most reactions only make things worse. That's the reality most people don't expect. There are no completely safe boats, only safe decisions. The same boat can feel perfectly fine one moment and become dangerous the next, not because the boat changed, but because something else did. The speed, the weight, the conditions, or the person controlling it. And that's why the most dangerous boats ever made are not rare or extreme. They're the everyday ones, the ones people trust, because those are the ones that catch you off guard.